Simply take it out, tickle them out, block them with the machete or cutlass, as we would say tree line, and rest my hand on its back. When I wake up, what do there? Is this even real? Only thing that kept my heart beating. No one set things so stay wide awake. Only come out at night, but we're still looking for a sign. But when I wake up, I can't help but to wonder, is this even and we can't see the stars. I just wanna see the stars. So morning guys, I'm in front of the Carney Bird Sanctuary. Normally when you come to the Carney Bird Sanctuary, the first thing you're going to see is one of my big signs. And this little shed, yes, this little shed. Now, back in the days, with my family job, when my dad and me used to do tours, my granddad, my dad, one of my jobs as a little boy was to look after the vehicles. And while looking after the vehicles, I would spend my time throwing a line, catching snooks, bochet, and blue crabs, what we call Atlantic swimming crab, Syric. And I would normally catch blue crabs, as in our land blue crabs itself. And that used to bring a little money in my pocket because I was actually good at it and I used to catch a lot. So while I waited on my dad, I would catch a stringer crab and I would get myself a little pocket change to buy snack money. And I'll normally be doing all of this right here and on the side of the banks of the river as we go along. So I'm going to show you guys a little secret I used to use to catch these crabs. So guys, sit back on the front seat and relax, and I'm going to share this little secret with you guys today. So the first thing we need is actually something to attract the crabs. I'm going to show you a technique which we call tickling. Tickling is basically tormenting the crabs, thinking they're going to get something to eat, and get them to get out of their burrows. And when you get out of their burrows, I normally would use my cutlass or machete. It's already muddy because I was doing some work with it. And you normally would block them from getting back into their burrows. And you can get yourself a cooker crab. So I'm going to try to get myself a cooker crab today. But first of all, we need to get some narai, kuro, or zo as it's called. It's actually a family to the cypress family. So let me show you guys what it looks like. So these long straight grasses is what we call narai. Some people know it as kuro, some people call it zo, but it's actually what we call kuro. So we actually want the ones with the flower on top. So this one that I have in my hand here with the flower on top, that's good, and there's quite a few. So I'm going to grab myself some of this and let's get started. So I want to make sure that they actually have their flowers in front of them. And this is what we need. So guys, you may pass alongside the river and you would see a lot of these holes. These are the holes or burrows of blue crabs, and they live in it. They're herbivore, so they feed on a lot of grasses. And as you can see, the grasses around it are all eaten out. I don't know if you guys, the camera can pick it up. There's actually one in that hole. It's way down inside. So I'm going to use the narai or zo to tickle them, thinking they're going to get a meal, and catch them, and you guys would see. So guys, I'm trying and the crabs are cooperating. They're coming out of the burrows and everything, but the cats are giving me a hard time. So I'm gonna move to a different location where there's less cats and see if I can get some. So guys, as simple as that. So yeah guys, I'm getting them one by one, and one by one, you know how the old people say, one by one they'll fill the basket. As you can see, I simply take it out, tickle them out, lock them with the machete or cutlass, as we would say, tree line, and rest my hand on its back, and that's another one in the bucket. So guys, in less than 10 minutes, or maybe a little more than 10 minutes, give and take, I got myself some callaloo, a few crabs here, callaloo. How much I have there? 6 crabs, and I'll show you guys how I'll normally tie them up for sale. So guys, I just came in the shade here so I could get off of the sun, but in 10 minutes time I got myself 6 crabs, maybe a little more than 10 minutes give and take, and I'm going to show you guys how I normally tie them up for when I normally sell them. So this is actually a male crab, nice big claw, and what I do, I have this technique where I just put my toe on it. Alright, so I'll actually put my toe, it's kind of hard filming, but I actually clip it here with my toe. Right, and what I do is the second little gundy, we give it a little twist, and I'll show you guys in a second. We twist it and we lock it behind the front foot, so it looks something like this, so it cannot bite me. Now we take the other foot, bring them together with the gundy here, we close it in and push it forward. So when it's pushed forward like that, we actually take the narai or zo, as is known, and we push it in like there. And then we start wrapping, right? To close the gundy in. We give it a couple of wraps. One, oh, the little gundy just came off. So the idea was just to lock him in place. We give it a couple of wraps. We come around on this side, and now we're gonna lock this little guy in place. Alright guys, so one of the foot is a little loose. It didn't go behind this little foot. So we get it here, lock it into place, and wrap him. Right? Couple wraps there. Right, come back with a couple wraps here. Right? And then, when we come around, look for a nice little spot here. And we stick the narai in. And this crab is all tied up and ready for the market. Now what I'll normally do is I would catch a few of these crabs while I'm waiting for my dad to return from tour or return from his fishing charters that he'll normally do back in the days before me and my brother took over with my entire team now. And I would sell a few of these. Back in the days I would normally sell 5 or 6 crab for $20. Now 5 or 6 crab is going for $100 in Trinidad. So it's a big difference from back in the days to now. But that's one of my technique I would normally use to catch some crabs if it's for dinner or if to make a little pocket change so I can get myself some snacks or buy myself any little things. So guys, you guys were behind the front seat with me showing you one of my tricks. How I normally catch crab while I'm waiting on my dad to return back from his tour. So guys, this is Fishing with KALPOO'S, and this is one more for the Captain's Log, signing out.